Hello and welcome to my review of Miraculous Season 6 Episode 2, The Illustrhater. Or, as we've been calling it in our own publicity, The Illustrhater, which it isn't, and we're really annoyed about it, but we'll not go there because the amount of unkind words said about Thomas Astruc I have seen on Twitter is appalling, and I feel sorry for the man, especially after he moved to Blue Sky, which is supposedly the safer alternative, and he's been bullied on there as well. I feel sorry for him, but equally I've also seen what he says to other people, so yeah, we'll not get there. But I've watched it twice now. I think it's a good episode. I think that I can't show any clips, and this is really annoying, but anyone who watched my casualty video knows that I loved doing that video. I loved putting the clips on. I did a short for this, which isn't out yet. It's scheduled for Thursday, and for Thursday, and I'd scheduled it, and it flagged on YouTube for copyright issues, and essentially they just don't want any clips from the episode getting out, and as a result nothing will be shown on screen, which means you're stuck with my face. I know, I'm sure you can last for 10 minutes. Imagine what it must be like having it every single day. Anyway, let's just dive straight on in. Alia catching us up on the history, I think, is something that they're going to do a lot this series, because it's the first season without Hawkmoth and without Gabriel Agreste, and I'm now getting a load of messages, so my watch is coming off because it's driving me up the wall. Right, let's keep going. I think it's important to have, because she's there saying, this is Gabriel, this is Hawkmoth, this is Shadowmoth, this is Monarch. We know so much about him, but equally now we know nothing about the new villain. Fine, whatever, no one cares, right? I love the way Marinette has been animated in this series. I know that this is only episode 2, and I know we've not seen episode 1 yet, but the way that she's just sort of jolting around the screen, she's very like non-static throughout. I think it's brilliant. Marinette's stress about being a good couple was so realistic, and I think it's really important, especially because this is going to children and is aimed at children. I think it's really important to get that idea out there that it's okay not to be the perfect couple, because that doesn't exist. Everyone is different, just be yourselves, and I think that is a good thing to stress with children, and I think it's something that they did really well at expressing as the moral of the episode. And the child villain's kind of irrelevant, I'm not gonna lie. I love the intro to this series. I think the way it's done is really good. I think we don't really see Lila's form, like at all, like ever, but I still think it's really good. I think it's really important to have it done that way. Once we find out what Lila's name actually is, I will use her real name. Obviously I know that she goes by Cerise as well, but when they officially confirm that Lila's name is Lila, or that her name is Cerise, or that her name is Alice, or something stupid like that, because that sounds like something Thomas would do, you know. What's that? Sorry, I've just spotted something in the middle of my notebook that I don't remember. Oh my god! I didn't realise I did this. I didn't make a video on that last year. Oh, right. Sorry, we are going to ignore that I've just seen that and move straight on into some other things. Marinette putting her fingers up Adrian's nose was hilarious. I think that's the kind of comedy that this show is so good at, just making these relatable characters and then we just laugh with them. It's not laughing at them, it's laughing with them, because you can tell she's laughing on the inside, and that's kind of the point. And you can tell Adrian thinks it's funny. He just doesn't laugh this time, which is unusual, but I mean, it's going to be unusual, so you know. Nino is absolutely wonderful in this episode. He made me smile so much, and he actually made me want to watch the episode again, and that's why I did. I kind of skipped a lot of the Adrian and Marinette stuff, which is a shame, because some of my favourite episodes are like Kagami, and yeah, I think it's a shame. Marinette wanting to be like other couples is very relatable, and I think it's very important that they stress it's okay not to be like everyone else to children, to people who are getting into their first relationships, and it definitely is a good thing to have out there. Marinette trying to distract herself was heartbreaking, distracting herself from Adrian, from her normal life, trying to focus on being a superhero. I think it was really heartbreaking, because we know how long it took her and Adrian to get together, and that's what makes it really painful. This thing doesn't hold like a normal book. It really annoys me. Anyway, I'm gonna have to hold it like a bleeding hymn book. I barely recognised Kagami in this episode, and I think that's a real shame, because she was one of the few people that we didn't see in the new animation style in the adverts. I think it's a real shame, because I just didn't recognise her as Ryuko, which is potentially a good thing, because it's potentially meaning that they've got a whole new design for Kagami going forward, which I might really like. I didn't even recognise her voice. It took someone saying Ryuko, rewatching it again, to be like, oh, that's who it is. Miss Bustier being akumatized makes a lot of sense, especially with it being Lila as the new villain. I can definitely see Lila targeting the people that mean a lot to Marinette and to Adrian and to the other people within the world of Miraculous that we already know, like Rose, like Julika. I think we could well start seeing some of the parents of the other children at the school, like I think it'd be wonderful to see Rose's parents, to see we already saw Alex's dad, but maybe to see Alex's mum, because obviously Alex is now a superhero full time. Be nice to see Alex's mum and how she's dealing with it. If they want to go down the whole route that her mum's dead, I'm happy with that, but it'd be nice to see stuff like that. I can see them doing that this season and re-establishing some of the stuff that we somewhat already knew from the first series. I really felt sorry for the young girl. So the young girl who in the restaurant, she's like, look at my drawing, and I felt sorry for her, because she's only young and they're all ignoring her, and I felt really bad. This is really funny. The man who works at the restaurant is there saying, customers are like children, you should keep your eye on them all the time, and then completely ignores the child and doesn't realise that they get akumatized in the episode. And that is so ironic to think about. The mix of 3D and 2D animation was very interesting. It's very unique, and I'd like to see other shows do things like this. It's very much something that Disney Once Upon a Studio did, and they did it really well, and they mixed not only the animation, but they mixed it in with live action as well, and that looked really, really nice. And I don't know, maybe it'd be nice to see other studios do something similar. Yeah. Cat Noir asking about Ladybug's love life was something quite funny to think about, because obviously they're talking about the same person, and they're like, yeah, it's great, and he's like, I guess it's great, because they're both a bit like, I don't understand what's going on with you, but equally I don't understand what's going on with me in my personal life. So it'd be interesting to see whether they progress that even further. I doubt it, but it would be interesting if they do. I've also noticed like my camera's doing this thing where if, like now, it's really bright, but if I move back it goes dark. And I don't want to be all the way back here for it to be like a dark background, so I'm just going to leave it and hope for the best. One of those things, I guess. The first plan failing was nice. I think having a plan fail in any show is a good thing, especially in a superhero show and one with one like this. I think it's good to have the plans fail. The villain not giving anything away was wonderful. Obviously we know it's Lila, or Cerise, or whatever we're calling them. I'm going to call them Lila in these videos until we find out what they're called, or calling themselves. Them not giving anything away to the Akuma villains was nice. So not saying, blah blah blah, my name is whatever. So, you know, like, in the first episode of Miraculous, it goes, Stoneheart, my name is whatever. I think the way that they've done it is really good, and making them choose their powers is even better. And their names, like the Akuma villains choosing their names, kind of makes it more personal. Yeah, the use of the rainbow pencil was very smart, and I think that they've really progressed the way that they want to do things now with the show. I love the design of the butterfly. I think seeing an update to, I know it's so simple, but I was just expecting them to do something really simple, like a small little butterfly that flaps across, but to also have the tail and the antenna. It kind of added like extra detail that didn't need to be there, and I thought it was really nice. I loved when the child goes, here, this is my drawing of you, would you like to keep it? I thought that was really sweet. I think it's something that any show can do that, like, you know, and it's just like a sweet moment that the fans will love. Yeah, Ladybug getting, the new something was cool. I don't know what that's supposed to say. I don't know what that's supposed to say. I've no idea what I've written there. Marinette setting her successor was cool. Oh, that's what it says. The new Quagatama was cool. I think the way that they decided to give that to Alia was sweet, and I think that that Marinette saying, if I die or have to relinquish my powers, I'm going to relinquish them to you, Alia, is something that I thought was going to happen eventually, but not this season. I was expecting them to say it season 7, season 8. I like the way that they've continued through the plot threads of the original sort of few seasons, but I do wish that they'd sort of explained it again. I know it was using like 2, maybe 3 episodes in the last season, but I'd like to see a bit more. Adrian feeling let down was heartbreaking. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are heartbreaking in this episode, but it's a programme, you know, and there is a clip I'd love to show, and it's when Marinette falls asleep on Adrian's shoulder, and it's so cute. And I think that is the sort of clip that I want to see in every single episode. And then, of course, the closing monologue from Lila was absolutely incredible. Not even seeing her face made it even more incredible. Must have just caught the tripod then with my legs. It's not. It's the UK. It won't be anything else. But that was Miraculous episode 2. When episode 1 comes out in 5 weeks, after episodes 3 and 4, I will do one of that, and I will also do one of 3 and 4. There are also more reviews on the way. It will not be this early in the week next week, I don't think. It will probably be Wednesday. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one.